Hey, this is Al from Transformational Gaming. Appreciate you coming by. Appreciate you coming to the channel. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the continuous hate that I am hearing for the PS5 Pro. But before we get into all of that, I'd like to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel. Man, I've had a lot going on the last couple of days. I still haven't moved yet, but I have seen a lot of love on the channel. It's just been a lot of love. My last video is done gangbusters, and like I said, it's not doing 5,000 views, but that video did pretty good. And I don't know, man, I just want to thank you guys, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please continue to support the channel, and let's get back to the topic. So wow, man, there's a lot of hate going on in the industry. I mean, my goodness. There are some people who's coming around. I decided to go ahead and put this video up because I had seen some Digital Foundry talking about the Final Fantasy Rebirth. I beat that game actually, but that game's pretty easy. But I guess the point is that the PS5 Pro is supposed to make that game look a lot better. And look, man, that's all good with me, man. I think the PS5 Pro is going to make a lot of games look better. You know, a lot of people are talking just nonsense. I mean, I just put up a tweet from Games Radar saying that, you know, the PlayStation really ain't priced that high, not as high as they wanted to price it probably, because I guarantee you Sony wanted to make money off the console, but they're probably still breaking even or somewhere in the black. But I don't think they're receiving that much money off of the consoles. I don't know any console maker that really benefits a lot from a sale of a console. Usually the people who make the consoles are going to ask you to buy stuff like a kickstand or a CD drive or a Blu-ray drive or whatever, right? So that's how they're making money off it. That's why they're not adding those attachments in the box to the PlayStation 5 Pro, because I'm telling you folks, Sony's not making money off that console. That console is at a break-even point or slightly in the black. So, but that being said, I agree that the PlayStation is probably cheaper than really any alternative at this point, even at its price. The real issue is that, you know, there's no real competition in the market. So it ain't like Xbox is going to come out with a $500 console, Xbox Pro or something. They're not going to come out with no Pro console. They're going to trot the same stuff they got out there. Why? Because there ain't no games for the Xbox. People saying there's no games for Sony. Oh, really? Okay. Well, it's better than the alternatives. I can tell you that. So here are some of the games that came out for the PS5 Pro. Now, some of these are exclusives by happenstance, but the simple fact of the matter is that these games have came out for the PS5 only. And you know, just to go through a couple of them. All right, so we'll start off with Helldivers, right? Helldivers, I played a couple of rounds with that. Not my type of game, but it's okay. You got Stellar Blade. People forget about Stellar Blade. My man Dreamcast guy, he makes a video. Oh, I'm sorry, Sony, about talking about Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is so wonderful, right? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a terrible name for that. People probably didn't even know that was the next in the series. That's probably why it didn't sell that well. But on we go. Now I know Dragon's Dogma 2, I know that's out for Xbox, I think. But one of those games had a hard time coming out, pause. But Black Myth Wukong is out for the PS5. And then you got Silent Hill 2 is coming out. So, I don't know, man. Don't tell me there's no games coming out for the PS5, man. That exclusive for the PS5. I mean, you know, really, if you get a PS5 Pro, okay, you really only getting it for the third parties on anyway. And the reason why I say the third parties is because, I mean, more than likely, out of all the consoles that this game, whether it be Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 or whatnot, like, it's going to play the best on the PS5 Pro. And so, yeah, I mean, that's why you would get a PS5 Pro, is so that you can play all your third parties at its apex in quality and visuals. You know, you don't want any exclusives. The exclusives are going to look good for the PS5 and the PS5 Pro. We know that Sony got that in the bag, but it's these third-party games that you want to play at its maximum apex. And like other people are talking about, you can get a PC as well. Getting a PC is definitely an option. It's a more expensive option, I can tell you that, but it's an option nonetheless. And real quick, just to go on a small little tangent, man, these people talking about if you want to play games at 60 frames per second at 4K, yes, you should buy a PC. If you want to play games at 60 frames per second at 4K, you need you a 4090. That's the only thing that's going to play today's games at 4K 60 plus, maybe 120 on some game. But for the most part, you know, you just want to be able to play the performance level of games, and you want them to be AIs upscaled up to maybe 1440p while it's running at 120 or 60. But the point being is that you want a steady 60 up to 120 type of experience. And I think you're going to get that with the PS5 Pro. Now, I'm just not really understanding all of the hate that's coming from people talking about, oh, this upscale is minimal at best, and this, that, and the third. Listen, folks, it's a mid-gen refresh. Heck, the PS5 has been minimum compared to the PS4. So I just don't really get the logic for hating on this console. It's a mid-generation refresh. It's not meant to be like so next level. It's going to be the same amount of increase as the PS4 Pro. Is it more of an increase from the base system? No. So yeah, but they were able to come up with an upscale methodology that allows you to experience the game with a little bit more headroom at close to 4K or 1440p. You know, honestly, if Sony put most of these graphics at 1440p, I think they'll be doing pretty good. I mean, a lot of these games are being upscaled from 540 in some cases. The real issue is that the PS5 is acting as a loss leader. You know, I'm not saying that Sony is losing money off the PS5, but they are still at the Mendoza line. I'm pretty sure they're still at the break-even point. Did it need to come out now? Probably not. But I'm glad to see it come out for GTA 6, which y'all see in the background. GTA 6 is going to be an extremely hotly anticipated game. And I think it's coming out sometime in 2026, maybe 2025. So, guys, right now, you lucky to get a console. Like, if the PS6 come out right now, you'll be lucky to get that console at $600-700. You'll be lucky. There's no way they should have sold the PS5 for $500. Like, I'm trying to tell you. That's why when they ran out of PS5s and they had to spend some more up, people were selling those for $1,000. People were selling y'all like y'all never paid $1,000 for a PS5. Y'all was doing it all during COVID. During COVID, people were selling PS5s for $1,200, $1,500. So don't tell me, man. Don't be acting like Sony's doing some type of crazy bill of sales to you because they selling this thing for $700. Like the guys on Tech Radar said, you actually getting that console at a bargain. I don't understand why people feel compelled to have to comment on it. Like, why? If you don't want it, don't comment on it. Shoot, man. Sony is not worried about you guys. They're not trying to sell the console to you. But I'll tell you what, that console's going to sell out as soon as it come out. As soon as it come out. And there's nothing nobody can do about it. If Sony decide to drop that console, the people who's hating on it is probably gonna buy it. The people who's saying, man, I'll never buy that console, they wrote to me on my page talking about, man, I'll never buy that console. Never, ever buy that console. I guarantee you, when that console comes out, people are going to be looking at it in the store. They're going to walk past it like 2-3 times. They're going to be like, man, let me get one of them joints. Yeah, man. It's crazy, though, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, though, just the way stuff is happening nowadays. You know, you got P. Diddy going to jail. It's just, you know, things are crazy nowadays. But I think, you know, I don't think there's ever not a good time to release a console. I think if the Xbox came out and said, we're releasing the new Xbox, the next Xbox, it's going to be called the Series Pest. Nah, I don't know. But for real, I mean, they released the next Xbox right now. Like, it'll be a good time. I mean, like, every year, you guys go out and you guys buy an iPhone, you guys buy a new car, you guys are buying $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 houses, and you know, I just think it's just petty, man. You know, I was watching Beyond podcast with the mannish girl on there. I don't know what that is, man.
What the hell are you talking about?
She's not Louis Einhorn. She's Ray Finkel. She's a man.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of unsubs, man, but I don't know what that is, man. I always get a little bit jumpy when I'm like, what is that? But seriously, I mean, why y'all guys feel compelled to talk about the system? I mean, if you don't want to buy it, don't talk about it. That's the best way to do it, because the more y'all talk about it, the more hype y'all gonna put on it. And maybe that's what the design is just to keep talking bad about it so people can buy it. Sony probably be like, yeah, go ahead and keep talking about it. Because the more you talk about it, the more people are going to buy it. All the people who said they ain't going to buy it is going to buy it. Plain simple as day. So anyway, I didn't have anything too much to talk about. I just wanted to comment because you guys have been so special to me as far as subscribing to the page. I appreciate you guys so much doing that. That's just so sweet of you. So continue to support the channel. Much love to everybody who subscribed. This is Al from Transformational Gaming, and we are out.